Good morning, scholars. It's subtraction. Can do it. Yes, it's easy peasy, so let's get started. All right, today our goal is to subtract. We're going to complete the Khan Academy videos and activities for subtraction, if you haven't already done so. You're going to write and say the subtraction definition in your own words. You're going to find examples of groups that we are going to take objects away from. You're also going to find the remaining once we take the objects away. And then you're going to say the mathematical sentence. Blank minus blank equals blank. And this is the example I'm referring to. Blank minus blank equals blank. So we're ready? I do believe we are. Alright, so I've got a video, but we're going to skip that video for now. And we're going to move on to the next thing. I'll do the video at the end of the slide. It talks about subtraction, basic subtraction. And I need you to remember that subtraction has its own words to help you learn when to subtract.
So, as we mentioned, today we are going to learn about subtraction. Oh, you know where I am? Yeah. I'm waiting patiently in this waiting room. Oh, man. It has been a while. Have you ever been in a waiting room before? Cool. Yeah, they can be fun, but you do have to be patient, and it's a good time to think. You could think about all kinds of things. Like, okay, I have 8 cowboy hats. I know, it's crazy, it's weird, 8 cowboy hats, and they're all the exact same. The exact same hat. I've got 8 of them. 8 brown cowboy hats. I mean, what's a guy gonna do with 8 brown cowboy hats that look the exact same? What could I possibly do with 8 brown cowboy hats that are all the same? I mean, I should probably give some of them away. I could give away one of my hats to Bob. And Cookie might want one. Yeah, she might like a brown cowboy hat, I could give one to Nancy, just in case she ever got invited to a Western party. And Chomsky, he'd take a hat. So, as I'm sitting here thinking about my 8 hats, I need to figure out how many hats I'll have left if I give some of them away. To figure that out, we need to use subtraction. You see, subtraction is when you take numbers away. Yeah, very simple. Subtraction is when you take numbers away. So, I begin with 8 hats, and I decide to give 1 away. We're going to need to subtract 1 from 8. The way we would write this is 8 minus 1. Now remember, when we subtract, we're just taking numbers away. So 8 minus 1, we're going to just take 1 away. There we go. How many hats do I have left? What is 8 minus 1? If it helps, you can just count how many hats I have left. What is 8 minus 1? Yeah, 7. 8 minus 1 is 7. Now I have 7 hats. Remember, subtraction is when you take numbers away. And as you might have noticed, we use the minus sign when we write a subtraction problem. You can see it right there in the middle. It's just like a dash. That's the minus sign. So now I have 7 hats, but 2 of my friends stop by, and I decide, you know what? I know I just have 7 hats now, but I want to give 2 of them away. Now, I'm going to be subtracting 2 hats from my collection. We would write this by saying 7 minus 2. Now let's take away 2 hats. We'll find out how many we have left. What a wonderful subtraction problem. What is 7 minus 2? If you need help, you can just count how many hats are left. What is 7 minus 2? 7 minus 2 equals 5. Yeah! 5 hats, and you can even count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 hats left. 7 minus 2 equals 5. Do you see how fun and simple subtraction is? Subtraction is when you take numbers away. So now I have 5 hats in my collection. Only 5 hats left. But then I meet up with my cousins, Hooey, Dewey, and Stewie, who want to have hats too. And I'd love to give them hats. So I'm going to give 3 more hats away. So I have 5 hats, and we're going to subtract 3 hats. We would write that 5 minus 3. Oh, I love subtraction so much. All right, bada bing. There we go. The 3 hats are gone. So, 5 minus 3, how many hats are left? It's pretty simple, isn't it? Yeah, 5 minus 3 equals 2. Good job! Subtraction is just taking numbers away, and 5 minus 3 leaves you with 2. Now I have just 2 hats. We love subtraction. I mean, subtraction is when you take numbers away. And why am I in the middle of the road with a shopping cart? So I had my 2 hats, and that's fun because then the hat has a friend, and they're like buddies, and they're like a pair of friends. And then Chomsky came by, and I said, oh, I'm gonna have to do subtraction again. I'm gonna have to subtract again. Old Chomsky, you know, that Choms, he came by. I said, I'm gonna have to subtract again. I'm gonna have to subtract one more time. So I have 2 hats. Minus 1. 2 minus 1. So we subtract that 1, we take that 1 away, and how many hats are left? What is 2 minus 1? Yep. 2 minus 1 equals 1. There's only 1 hat left. Which is fine. I mean, you know, I can only wear 1 hat at a time, and it was the same exact hat. I think about it, subtraction's been good to me. It's good. Subtraction is taking numbers away. Sometimes I do wonder what would have happened if I didn't give that hat away. If Hattie still had his friend, they could have gone to the beach together. They could have gone to birthday parties together. But actually, the hat had a better purpose: to make a friend happy. So, in this waiting room, all I gotta say is, thanks, subtraction. You are...
So, subtraction is when you take numbers away. Subtraction is also when you compare numbers to see who has more. So you not only can you take numbers away, you can also do a comparison to see who has more. Here are our glossary of terms that we use with subtraction. First word is compare. So when we're looking to see who has more or less. Difference. Minus sign. And we've talked about that extensively tonight. Well, today, I should say. Difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. Also, when we talked about blank minus blank equals blank, that last blank is your difference. We can use a number line where we can count backwards to show we are subtracting. Subtract means to take away. It's an action. To take away from a number or compare two numbers. We have a symbol. When I ask you to draw my circles or other shapes, that's a symbol. So get ready to use those. And they normally stand for something. And for this activity, you're going to see unit blocks. And they mean the same thing as 1. They're equivalent to 1. All right. Can you write your own subtraction problem? I have some subtraction words and I also have some sentences that go with them. Difference. What is the difference between 5 and 3? Take away. And this is the second one. Take away. What is 5 take away 3? So, work the problems. How much less? How much less is 3 than 5? That's a good one. Minus. Subtract 5 minus 3. And then how many are left? How many are left when you subtract 3 from 5? Now, each one of these terms all indicates subtraction. So please be prepared to subtract when you see these terms after you've read the question and verify that it is asking you to subtract. There are multiple ways to write a subtraction problem. Below is an example of how you can write a subtraction problem. 6 minus 2 equals 4. Now, we looked at the problem. Numbers can stand for a number line, 2. June writes 6 minus 2. She starts with 6. Counts backwards, 2. 1, 2, so what is 6 minus 2? The answer is 4. Count back with June to find the answer. 5, 4. The answer is 4. We can also write a subtraction problem like this. Tim shows June how to write subtraction problems. Tim writes subtraction with a symbol. It is called a minus sign. It looks like this. See? We saw this earlier today. Minus sign. Tim tells June that she can use the minus sign to write her own subtraction problems. And she can. June uses unit blocks to help her solve subtraction problems. Numbers took the place of the unit blocks. Tim subtracts 7 from 8 on paper. 8 minus 7. Count back with Tim to find the answer. 8 minus 7. So we're going to start at 8 and we're going to count backwards until we count up and we have 7 fingers up. So make a fist. Say 8. Now let's count away 7 fingers. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, how many fingers do you have raised? 7. Good job. How many fingers away from 1 are you? 1. So, 8 minus 7 equals 1. Now, there are also subtraction rules. June is excited to learn more about subtraction. There are 2 major rules. Any number minus the same number equals 0. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. A number minus 0 stays the same. The number does not change because 0 has no value. It's just there as a placing holder. Has no value. So therefore, when we take 7 minus 7, we get 0. But when we do 7 minus 6, I'm sorry, 7 minus 0, then we find that the answer is the number itself. Just like on the problem. So, a number minus 0 stays the same. The number does not change. And that's correct. It does not change. Now let's practice our subtraction. Make sure you're using Khan Academy and the PowerPoints for your problems. Alright, here we go. Let's work. I've got 3 triangles minus 1. So 3 minus 1. How many do you have free? Here's my 3. 1, 2, 3. Minus 1. How many is not crossed out? 1, 2. Good job. 2 are not crossed out. Move to the next one, going straight across, looking at 4 rows. My first problem says 5 minus 2. Count up my hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take 2 of my hearts away. 1, 2. How many do I have left? Standing. 1, 2, 3. You guys are going to work the rest of those problems on this page yourself. I have confidence that you can do it. Let's continue to work. We have one more problem that we're going to work, and that says 14 minus 6. Now, first off, Ms. Horne grouped her numbers into groups of 5, and she used the 5 to take away a group of 5 plus 1, which gave me 6. And then I counted up how many was left. See, here's my group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my extra one, 6. So 5 minus 1 is 6. Good job, guys. Good job. I'm sorry, not 5 minus 1, but in the scheme of things, 5 plus 1 is 6. So we crossed out 6. But 14 minus 6 does not mean 6. It means we count the number of objects that are still standing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 14 minus 6 equals 8. Alright, I know you have this. Try the smaller problems first on the prior page and then move on to these. These problems I will be pretty much taking up on Friday and taking a look at them. Now, again, what's your definition of subtraction? Has it changed? Have you added on to it? Remember, you can use words and pictures to help you explain your definition and answers. Both are appropriate and very much helpful. Alright guys, it's been fun, but I must tell you goodbye. I can't wait to see the work you produce. You are some awesome scholars today. Have fun.